Hello again. Today I've got this wonderful inverter. It's 500 watts, so I got it on sale. It was not a cheapie. It worked. It worked really well for a long time. And then about, I want to say, a few months ago, I plugged it, or I hooked it up to the battery, and with the cables, and I got this big poof of smoke out the back. So I sort of shelved it and bought another one, which was more expensive, so I could have more watts. Anyways, I mean, everybody wants more watts, but um, I never really like to throw things away. I mean, what if there's a part on here that I want or something? So, anyways, I hooked it back up just to try it, supervised to make sure it wasn't gonna burn and melt down the house or something. And it seemed to work. Like I could run a fan on it. It didn't have any error codes. I even allowed it to drain a battery, and it worked fine. So uh, that made me think perhaps it's just the cooling fan now. Somebody told me once that they saw a big puff of smoke come out of their cooling fan on their computer once, and these ones are just like tiny computer fans. They are 12 volts, and you can read the label inside there, which is nice. This particular one, a screw here, thing comes out. You can slide it out a bit. It's got wires that are pretty flexible, so you can swing it out of the way. The fan is held on by 4 screws here. So my intention is let's see if we can get that. Show you. So my intention, I guess I got, with the camera this way, I got to be left-handed, is to take the fan off. It's got a little fan guard on there. Built really nicely. Always a good idea to keep your screws in one of these lovely magnetic things. These 2 screws, I'm not sure what they were from, but they're there and if I need them. So anyways, let's get this fan out of here. It's a 2-wire fan, so it's a dumb fan. And dumb fan basically means that the device doesn't know if it's working or not, which I kind of like better than than the whole thing locking up and not working at all when you might need it or want it. So just got a little connector. I don't know if can you see this little connector right there. You can use a little screwdriver to pry it, or sometimes you can just grab it by the cord and pull it. Don't worry about grabbing it by the cord and pulling it. And if you can, there's 2 tabs that you can sort of grab a hold of, but if you use a screwdriver, you pry one side and then you pry the other side a little bit, but almost 100% of the time, as long as it doesn't have a lock on it, you can just pull it straight out. Anyway, so this little guy, I think, is the problem. So the 2 things that I can do is hook up some voltage to it to see, and I've got like a little adapter. So I might pause here and hook it up and see if it does anything. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got a little transformer that does 12 volts, and I'm just going to test this. I was able to use some alligator clips and use my meter lead to get some 12 volts going here. So that way you don't have to cut the wire. You just stick it into the back where the wires go in. And it seems like the fan is working. So we know the problem isn't the fan. And the question is why isn't the fan coming on in here? So I guess I got to dig a little deeper. But, you know, I'll pause here and hopefully I can figure out what it is and let you know what it is I've done. Pretty cool though that the fan works. At least we know now. Ever since I did that photovoltaic pathway light, now I'm testing the component before I just go and get one. Anyways, yeah, I'll just pause here and we'll do a little more troubleshooting. Okay, so now that we got that out, one end is this little control board with the LED lights and the USB connection, which is screwed to this part. And I just unscrewed it, disconnected it, then, ooh, I think I lost a screw. Oh no, might be just a button. That's easy to find. Screws are not easy to find. So then I was able to just sort of sandwich this down against this and slide it out to this end, because this end is not disconnectable, and it just slides in some tracks inside here. So they did make it serviceable, which is really nice for people like me. I haven't had to deal with any glue or guitar picks or anything to try to take it apart. It just comes apart. So this just disconnects, and I'm just trying to find the component that smoked. There's two fuses right there. They're like car fuses, and you always start with the simple. So I've tested both of those, and those are fine. So now I'm just moving on to try to see if there's anything else that I see that could be it. And I think it could be this capacitor right here. This capacitor, the top is pushed up. This one is nice and flat. This one, the top is pushed up. Also, there's one on the other side there, the top's pushed up as well. It's possible that one of those capacitors is toast, and maybe that's the capacitor that starts the fan. So I have to brush up on how to test for these things and test for it. So I will let you know. Also, the annoying beeping thing is right there if you wanted to get rid of it. That thing is supposed to let you know if the battery's getting too low. It starts beeping, but sometimes you want to keep going without hearing that. It might be worth removing, and I'm thinking about it. Anyways, we'll just pause there for now, and I'll just continue. So in the end, it looks like this capacitor and this capacitor are toast. I can get this thing to focus. You can see it. This is how it should look, and this is how it is. So maybe I can find a loaner or donor device that has the same capacitors in it. It's probably pretty average for a power supply. So I'll look around. I'll just make note of what they are, put it back together for now, because like I said, it is working. I wouldn't want to run a lot of power through it because it has no cooling power without the fan working, but in the end, I can just replace those capacitors and I'm sure it'll work fine again. It must have just got an overload or something. I must have turned it on with too much pulling through it. Anyways, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this quick video.